India have three openers to choose from for this first test against Sri Lanka. And first of all, it's good to have that choice. Too often, India have gone in with one, maybe two openers to choose from. So this, first of all, is very good. You've got to pick one opener first. You've got to say who is your number one opener. And for me, that opener is Lokesh Rahul. In his last 17 innings, he averages 53. His last 7 innings have been 50s. You can quibble about the fact that he hasn't converted those to 100, but to have that kind of consistency, most teams would be very happy with it, especially in our conditions. It means once you don't lose a wicket, everybody else becomes a better player. Lokesh Rahul is your player for the future, and his poor form has come in limited overs cricket. I was delighted to see that he got a 90. You might say it was second innings, good batting conditions, but a batsman needs the confidence of runs behind him. Lokesh Rahul is in there. It would send out a terrible signal if Lokesh Rahul wasn't picked. Now that leaves Murali Vijay and Shikhar Dhawan. Now, until Shikhar Dhawan was flown in as a replacement, Murali Vijay was your incumbent opener. And I think India have set a precedent, especially with the Karun Nair triple century, when he was left out to allow Ajinkya Rahane to come back in, that unless your incumbent player is out because of bad form, then he comes back to take his spot. Now, having said that, there are form issues with Murali Vijay. In his last 21 innings, he's averaging less than 40, just about 36. If a lot of those are in home conditions, that doesn't augur very well. And he was one of the very few players who didn't have a very great home season. So there are issues of form about Murali Vijay. But you look ahead as well, don't you? Now, there have been times, and not so long ago, when India have played overseas and Murali Vijay has actually looked India's best batsman. So if you want Vijay to open the batting, when India travel to South Africa and all those countries overseas, then he has to be opening the innings now. And that makes it very unfair on Shikhar Dhawan. But when you've got to choose 2 out of 3, you have to be unfair to somebody. Shikhar Dhawan was not picked originally on the tour to Sri Lanka because Abhinav Mukund was. But then, I mean, he came back and just decimated Sri Lanka. And it would be fair to say that the one player Sri Lanka don't want batting against them is actually Shikhar Dhawan. Remember in that first test match in Galle, that just changed the entire series. He was on 190 before tea. He might well have got 270, 280 in the day. And since we are looking at home form, then you have to factor in the fact that Shikhar Dhawan only has 150 plus score in 12 innings in India, and that was that 187, that dramatic innings that he played on debut. Rahul is the future, he's in form. Murali Vijay is your incumbent opener. Gee, if Shikhar Dhawan's not in the side, you've got yourself a really good batting side. So very hard on Shikhar Dhawan, but I'll go with Lokesh Rahul and Murali Vijay.